Edmund Hillary, a biography by Michael Gill, narrated by Bruce Hopkins. Audiobook, copyright, Audiobooks New Zealand. Book copyright, Michael Gill 2017. Introduction. I was 15 years old when Edmund Hillary made the first ascent of Everest with Tenzing Norgay on the 29th of May 1953. I had placed a bet that the attempt would fail. 9 previous efforts had come to nothing. Why should a 10th fare any better? Even when I was proved wrong, I still had no understanding of why 1953 was different. I came closer 7 years later when Ed invited me to spend 9 months in the Himalayas on his Silver Hunt expedition of 1960-61. This was an expedition that began with a Yeti hunt but moved on to the more serious business of studying high-altitude physiology in a laboratory on a high snowfield in the heart of the Everest region. We went on a test ourselves, disastrously, with an oxygenless attempt on Mount Everest, 5th highest peak in the world. I learned that oxygen was a key player in the high-altitude game. My qualifications for the expedition were that I had climbed widely in New Zealand, had a degree in physiology, and was halfway through a medical degree. During the 3 months before the expedition, Ed and his wife Louise generously invited me to join them on a trip to the home of the sponsors in Chicago, and to London where I worked in Dr. Griffith Pugh's physiology laboratory. I met famous Everesters whose books I had read: Eric Shipton, John Hunt, George Lowe, Mike Ward, James Morris. Ed and Louise took me with them to Chamonix in the French Alps. They were great fun. During the years that followed, Ed invited me on more than a dozen expeditions. It was a friendship that lasted until Louise's death in 1975 and continued in an attenuated form through to Ed's death in 2008. As with so many people, he shaped my life. What makes me believe that I have something new to say about Edmund Hillary? He writes his own story in his autobiographies. He always preferred his own version of his life. As he said to journalist Pat Booth, who published an unauthorized biography in 1991, "I write my own books." In 2009, a year after Ed's death, I was writing a book about his aid work in Nepal. Between 1961 and 2003, he had bequeathed his papers and photos to the Auckland Museum, and
Sample complete. Ready to continue?